Saturday morning. Pieces, parts, tools, things all over. Mechanic. Old shit pump. New pump. Scared to get that bill. Changing this gear now. Yeah. Fun times. It's about, I don't know, what time is it? 8:30? Somewhere in that neighborhood. Very moist from the dew, heavy dew, so figured we'd wait till he got done to go start anyhow for the plants to dry out. So, because it was sucked yesterday. We picked about 25 acres. We picked a couple fields that were near a road so we could just dump with the combine. It was like 30 years ago and it sucked. He's going to be quiet and not bitch about the things that he was bitching about a few minutes ago.
We'll keep quiet on that.
So, mother dear. Like I've said in the past, they're all great when they run and they all suck when they don't. So that's our next, well, shows 9. It's our 10-day forecast counting today, which is supposed to be good with a chance of a shower tonight. So other than tomorrow, yeah, it don't look good. So it's insane. But anyways, I called to, he's over there still working on that. I called to see if I could get propane topped off. We're down to 55% after running all day yesterday and getting the wet bin full, plus these 2 trucks. That truck wasn't completely full. I just dumped the Ford, which was full. That was probably half full. Anyways, come on. There you go. It's all discombobulated. So I called to see, or I texted my main guy to see if we could get topped off later today or tomorrow morning. Now granted, today's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday. He gave me a number to call because he was out of town, so I did. Got this girl. I was more than cordial with her. She was trying to figure out who I was. Wanted to know the size of the cylinders. I go, what are you talking about? The tanks. Well, are they 20 pounders? I go, no, there's 2,000 pound tanks here. I mean, they couldn't find me. She was looking in residence. I said, no, it'd probably be under farm. I mean, I was more than patient because we're not racing to get to the field because we're waiting for him to finish. So then the guy that I contacted, texted, he texted me back that people have got to be more cordial and not be yelling and screaming at the girl, and you couldn't do her job. And Alan, if you watch this, I don't give a shit. But we ended on a good note. And, I thought about it for a minute while I was unloading the truck, and I texted him back. I said, you're right, I probably couldn't do her job. But if you're assuming that I yelled at her, which I didn't, she probably couldn't fucking do my job neither, I mean, kind of like that. I paid for overnight air. Well, apparently if it gets somewheres overnight, that's all that matters, because it didn't get here to get fixed yesterday, and that's not their problem, their fault, the dealership. So you got the strike going on. Everybody's dealing with these parts bullshit, trying to get anything for anything. The weather, I mean, you can't get 3-4 inches of rain in a week and then have today and tomorrow be your only 2 good days, and then chance of rain pretty much every day for the next 7. I mean, obviously, you're not going to get any beans done in that kind of weather. The test plot guys were supposed to come today, but they wanted to do it in the morning. I told them no because of this, because, it didn't get fixed yesterday. So I asked them about afternoon. They couldn't do it this afternoon because the one guy, the Pioneer guy, has got a test plot somewhere else to do. So tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, Sunday morning, they're coming out to do the test plot, which that's, if you go back to last year, it's just such a time consuming, especially this year, as wet as it is. We're not going to be able to park the trucks right next to the field anymore. You can't get trucks in a field anymore. I mean, you look at that field across the road. I don't know how well you can see it, and I'm not going to take the time to walk over there, but especially behind the 6420, rutted to shit, mainly because of when we did that cornfield, you know, we couldn't park the trucks in the fields anymore, so Barb come down the road, cut into that, and went over to the pathway over there to load the trucks. I mean, it's just right now, the stress level for everyone. Me and my grain buyer, we had a little to do the other day, but we ended on, you know, we kissed and made up afterwards and ended on a good note. And me and the propane guy ended on a good text, as far as I'm concerned. But it's, you know, the old saying, there's a time to plant and there's a time to harvest. It's just sometimes those aren't real timely times, if that makes any sense. The high yields, which is a good thing to make up for our extra costs that we're going to be incurring, but it slows you down. The mud is just, I mean, come wash time, oh, this is going to be a joy. I mean, and this is fairly clean compared to the tractor, because I'm not struggling as much as her, but it's just, you know, and by the time we get done, it's going to be freaking cold ass weather to be washing shit in. Thank God I bought that hot water pressure washer. But it's crazy what our costs are going to be for next year. Who knows? So these high yields we need. Test weight has gotten better. Most everything I've been testing corn wise lately has been 54, 55. But so as soon as he's done with that, because I'm pretty much running out of fields that are right on a road that I can run to with a combine like I did yesterday. And I mean, that sucked. That reminded me of 30 years ago when I didn't have a grain cart. It'd be like doing that field up on top of the hill up there. Come on. That cornfield, and having to run all the way down here to, you know, with every bin full to load a truck and then run back. Just, and I know there's guys that still do that, but just time consuming. So I'm trying to keep the stress level, you know, somewhat down. See if we can get quite a bit accomplished today and tomorrow. Test plot will slow us down, but I still enjoy doing one because I get to see firsthand what the new seeds do and whatnot. And we'll go from there and just hope we get a frost, which we still haven't got, and we can get a freaking 3-4 day stretch of good weather after that frost to get the rest of the beans done at least. Alright, we're up on the other road, half 3/4 of a mile from the farm. The Freightliner is sitting back there full. Barb took off with the Ford. I'm eating my lunch. It's about noon. This field, I told her, just start running trucks, park the tractor and cart here, and I will run to it. Problem is, this field's long enough, I can't get to the other end and back because the corn's yielding so good. So I went down, got about halfway. It is what it is. I mean, rather than load 4 trucks up worth, you know, the 2 trucks, 2 on the cart, and then go, both of us, I figured might just well have her start trucking it. When we go to that field on the other side of the woods, and the one down there on the other side of the woods, then gonna have to have her with the cart. So this one being right next to the road. Yesterday we filled the wet bin. We only got about 26 acres or so done, and I ran to the trucks because we picked a couple of fields that were close, like a 16 acre and 10 acre that were near the road, and we didn't have that because of the fuel pump, which now we have. It has regenerated and it's working good. Also has 141 hours left on what they call the emissions warranty. So the kid was going to look into seeing if we could get that covered. That would be nice, because it was an emissions code that popped up. And yes, it's still very wet, as you'll see going down through here with ruts that I've made already. Alright, trying to do this with one hand. Holding on to a damn camera is not easy. So, get myself up to speed here. But yeah, we're still making some ruts. We got some good ones down there, but corn's still yielding really well. This corn's a little wetter than what we did yesterday. This stuff's running, well, it's bouncing between 21 and 22, but outsides were obviously wetter, but we're going. That's what matters. We were finally back going. So, because we got today and tomorrow, and then the weather turns to shit from the sounds of it. So we're gonna go as long as we can today until the wet bin tells us we can't go anymore. I know you probably won't be able to see it that well, but another reason why we need a good frost. Now that we're out into the field, it's down in the 19 to 19.5% range. I even seen it hit 18.9 once. Running 210 to 230 yield wise, but 19.5%, I'll take that. Saves a little on the drying costs. And as I get out into the field farther, it does look drier, you know, stalks are deader. I know I've said it before, but as you can see all around me, that's the problem. And without a frost, it just leaves the outside. I mean, I wasn't complaining about the outside around the woods being 23, because, you know, we've had years where we've combined a lot of 23% corn and the outsides were 27, 28. But so right now it's reading 19.1, so I'll take it. All right, got a turn. Well, I don't know if you can see, there's a puddle. There's rain falling in the puddle. My truck, the ground, the road. Yeah, gonna be a good day today and tomorrow. We got a little over 100 ton of corn picked, and it rained. Oh, I'm so sick of this bullshit, but something cool happened. For all of you that are on Instagram, and I know a lot of you follow me on Instagram, Tractor Chasers. Follow Tractor Chasers. Josh and Kayla. They live north of me here, probably 40 minutes or so. Maybe not quite that much, I don't know. But they came out today and did some filming and took some pictures to put on his Tractor Chasers page. And also, apparently he's hooked up with Big Tractor Power there from YouTube. Yeah. And he's sending him some videos, so we may end up on his YouTube channel. I don't know if we will, but if we end up on Big Tractor Power, that'd be cool. But anyways, we're muddier, you know, than we were yesterday, but hey, I don't know if you can hear them, but the geese are enjoying it. So I have no idea how much is on this video, but tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock we're supposed to do the test plot. It's supposed to be sunny, but then again, so was today. I don't even know if I'll film it because we're going to have to park the trucks up here on the pathway. You know, I pick A Rose, dump on her. She's going to have to run to the trucks, to the way wagon, dump into that, then they dump into my truck. I'm going to have to try and park the way wagon on the edge of the field next to the pathway. I guess if they get stuck, it's not like we can't pull them out when we're done, but it's turning into a nightmare right now. Beans? Phew, not even thinking about the last of the beans yet, because who the hell knows when we got down to 37 last night. We were so close, but we need a killing frost. But so I may end this one, I may not. We'll see.